Today we are going to do a blowout type look with a big curling iron. This is great for people who don't know how to do a big blowout at home. It's definitely an arm workout, so this is kind of an easier way to do like a mock version of that. Behind the chair, this is great for if you've already kind of smoothed their hair out, you need to check their haircut first before you go in and like put a big curl in, or even doing a big blowout can sometimes hinder a little bit when you check the haircut. So this is a great option just afterwards, after everything's kind of smoothed out a little bit, you've checked your haircut, and now we're gonna finish off with that like big bouncy blowout type of finish. So we have our 2-inch curling iron plugged in, ready to go. Our heat is at about 410. Again, you're gonna want a little bit higher of a heat for something like this just to make sure it holds and it stays. Once we get a pretty decent sized section of the hair, obviously nothing no bigger than your actual curling iron, I always like to kind of smooth out our cuticle a little bit first. And then what you'll do is just go through, and I like to kind of take it more so to the bottom, wrap her up, and let it just sit in this area, this kind of almost like a little diagonal, not completely up and down and not completely horizontal to the head, just something a little bit more so in the middle. Let it sit for just a little bit, and then I'm going to take my 2 fingers and almost kind of pinch them together to hold it for just a second. And then I like to let her out. So now we have a curl that it's mainly more so curled on those ends. That's kind of what a blowout is. It's a little bit smoothed out up top, but then you have that big bouncy effect more so towards the ends. I do alternate my sections and alternate my sides, so I'm not super particular, especially here in the back, about doing away from the face or towards the face. I like to alternate, again, just to kind of give that like tousled effect. When we're kind of reaching the front of our head, we do want to make these curls a little bit tighter and a little bit higher up, just so we kind of mimic what it would do, like an actual blow dry what would do. But this part, we have our bigger curls here at the end just to kind of mimic that big bouncy blowout. I like to go in with a dry volume spray or a texturizing spray just to give us a little bit more movement, a little bit more texture, a little bit more volume. And you have 2 options here. One, you can kind of slowly start running your fingers through it. Or if your client wants to kind of let it last for a couple of days, I actually do recommend just kind of letting it sit and fall out on its own. So now here we have just our big bouncy blowout type of feel. It'll slowly kind of start to fall and everything will just feel nice and voluminized.